Hey there, John Chorba here from ReallyEasyGuitarLessons.com, and in this installment of Really Easy Riffs, I'm going to show you how to play the main riff to Roadhouse Blues by The Doors. So my Really Easy Riff series, these are all riffs and melodies that are easy for the absolute beginner guitar player. So if you are very new, just bought your guitar a few days ago, Really Easy Riffs are where you want to put your focus because pretty much anybody can play these things. Now this one's going to be a little more complicated simply because we have to do some technique muting things that might give you some trouble, but it's not a long riff and it's totally doable. And also if you are on, still a beginner, but you might have learned some things that have more complexity to them and you might feel a little overwhelmed or burnt out. Oftentimes when students are in the situation, I like to teach them really easy riffs to give them a quick win because nothing, gives you a boost of motivation than being able to learn something that sounds pretty cool really quickly. So let's jump in with Roadhouse Blues, the main riff. All right, let me go ahead and just demonstrate what it's going to sound like. All right, let's break that down. So we're going to be playing the open E string. A couple things to note about playing this open E string. If you look at the tab, you just see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, open E strings. But you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? You're not playing it like that. One, you have a shuffled rhythm. So think about how it sounds. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, so to achieve this sound, one, you're gonna have to do some muting. And the way you could do the muting would be to take either your fretting hand or your picking hand, and you have to dampen the strings after you hit the note. So start off with just doing this. Hit the open E string and immediately try to kill the sound. Okay, if you're doing it with the fretting hand, watch out, you don't wanna press into the string, because if you do that, you're gonna get noise. All right, so your fingers have to come down. They have to come down quick, but they have to come down light and add no pressure. It sounds like it's easy, but believe it or not, it's actually quite tricky to do. And if you're having trouble with the fretting hand, you can also do it with the picking hand. If you take the karate chop part of your hand, after you hit the open E string, try to stop the string from vibrating with that part of your hand. So when I do it, I kind of tend to do both. But you need to achieve that technique in order for this to sound right. And then again, like I said, you're doing a shuffled rhythm. And the way I kind of think of it is you play the E string once, and then mute it, and then you play it twice and mute it, then you play it twice and mute it, and then you play it once, and then you go into a fill. So once, twice, twice, once, fill. Dot, 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 dot. Okay? Once, twice, twice, once, fill. And then for this fill, so there's gonna be two of them. You're gonna play them, you're gonna alternate them back to back. They're actually the exact same thing, just played on different strings. And so the idea is you're gonna hit the open A string, hammer on to the first fret of the A, and then hammer on to the second fret of the A. And all you do to hammer on is you just think of if you ever seen the inside of a piano and how the hammers hit the keys. Treat your finger like that. All right, you're bringing force down into the note. I'm not picking those. I'm only picking the open A string. I'm hammering on into the first fret and then hammering on into the second fret with my middle finger. And you should get that sound. So I know that it could be a little confusing if you've ever looked up tabs to this song before. Sometimes the tabs notate that ending as a triplet, and it's actually not a triplet. I don't want to get into a big music theory discussion here, but I want to go by how it sounds, right? Sometimes there is a triplet in the song, but in this main riff in the intro, it's really not a triplet. You're holding out this note. This is what you want it to sound like. So those notes aren't even. It's not da da da. That would be even notes. Ba da da, ba da da, da da da. But that open A rings just a little bit longer. So that's the sound you're looking for. Ba da da, ba da da, ba da da, ba da da. Okay, so you put it together, you get ba ba da 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 ba da da ba ba da ba ba, and then you do it again, and you just move that A string riff to the D string. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba da. So like with all really easy riffs, you want to break that into small chunks. I think the biggest thing with this one is to really focus on the muting and then getting the sound right on those little fills at the end, because it's really easy to make it be an evenly spaced 3-note thing, but it's actually not. You're actually kind of slurring into those last 2 notes, okay? So take it in small chunks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.